Benito, I'm Willie. Willie Geist. Pleasure. We're talking to you today. Thank you so much for doing this.
No, thank you.
Congrats on the movie. I just saw it this morning. I was
Nice.
saying 9 a.m. I'm watching you like, it's great.
Some guys wave a gun around like it's dirt. But I don't need to wave anything around. Either I get what I want, or my pistol talk for me.
Benito, so good to see you. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
We were just talking about Caught Stealing, this amazing movie you're in, which I watched this morning. And to watch that movie at 9 o'clock in the morning is quite a wake-up call.
How you feel?
I'm still recovering. Tell me about your character, Colorado, and what you love about him.
Well, the most that I love about him is he's Puerto Rican, and it's the first Puerto Rican role that I have on this journey on acting. So that was my first. Oh, finally, because I love to make like every role and represent the Latino community as Mexican or whichever country I have to make. But the fact that I'm doing a Puerto Rican role for the first time is so cool. And not only a Puerto Rican role, is a Puerto Rican in New York. So that's most special. What I can say about Colorado, he's a tough guy. He's good on business. He's smart. Well, he's smart, and he's just trying to win, you know?
Yeah.
To josear, como decimos nosotros, hustling in streets and the clubs, and he's a real passionate guy. I think he wants to make. He loves to give the best every time. So yeah, it's very interesting.
This is a big-time movie. Great director, Darren Aronofsky, Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, Liev Schreiber, Vincent D'Onofrio. Amazing cast, full of action. I know you've been enjoying acting a little bit more lately. How did this role come to you? Did Darren give you a call and say, I'm thinking of you for something?
Yes. I never asked too much how the roles end to me, but the thing that I know is the I'm very grateful about this opportunity. I'm very grateful with Darren for trust on me. I know he did his research, and he asked like people that I know, like, should I give him this role? What you think? I'm scared. Yeah, and I told him like I was 100% sure that he wanted the best for the movie, and he never was going to let me do a bad thing, you know? Like, he pushed me to give my best, and that's something that I really appreciate, especially because I want to keep growing and learning on this industry. So yeah, it was a beautiful thing, the way that everything became.
The world knows what a great performer you are, but this is a totally different kind of performance on a movie set. Was it nerve-wracking at first? Was it thrilling? What did it feel like to first step into the role?
I could say that I was a little nervous because I knew the importance of this movie. Also work with Darren and with Austin on the same scene. That he was insane, like a great actor, and he did like a great job. And it was like, okay, I need to be the. I don't have to say it in English, but I no puedo. Tengo que representar. Like I have to show what I can do, and also I need to make this work for everyone. Like
Right.
all people in this room are like huge actors and huge people on this. So I have to do my best to be at their level, and that was my mindset. You know, just give my best, not only for me, also for them. For it's about respect their job, their work. You know what I mean?
Well, you definitely earned it. You fit right
Thank
into that
you.
cast. You did so
Thanks.
well, and all the other actors and Darren have said the same about you. What is the joy you get from acting that's different from walking into a football stadium and seeing 50,000 people screaming for you? How is it different for you as a performer?
I think it's something that is, of course, um, when I'm performing in a stadium, everyone is watching me. When you are in a movie set, you know that they gonna watch me, but not yet. Is a thing like it's very personal. I
Yeah.
think it's like me and the actors, and sometimes you know that there's a camera, but sometimes you forget about that, and that I think that's when you really get into the role and get into the scene and get into the story. So I think that's the part that I really like. That part then where you really forget about maybe the reality of the world or of even your life, and you are in a different whole story, in a different world, living like another life. You know, people sometimes dream with have another life or something. So that's the closest thing to live another life or be another person, but always bringing something about you or expressing something that maybe you can't do it um, on a normal day, being yourself. So it's something, it's rare, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch you the last couple of years perform in different ways. I was just saying how good you are on Saturday Night Live, all these sketches that they put you in, and the digital shorts. You're so funny. You're great when you go on Fallon. You were sort of the talk of Happy Gilmore 2. Whoever said, did you see Bad Bunny in Happy Gilmore 2? Taylor Swift said it was her favorite part of the movie. Um, this feels like you're making an effort to flex that muscle a little bit too. Is that something you want to do more of in terms of acting?
For sure, it's something that since I was a kid, I really liked to act, and it was part of one of my dreams. Of course, the music is my first love, is what I love the most, but acting also is something that I really love, and it was on my life plan. Like someday I want to act, and now that I'm having these opportunities, and I'm just embracing it and enjoying and learning, because that's the most important thing. I want to learn, keep learning, and go step by step, and take every opportunity that it's not like I just want to be, the biggest movie star of. No,
Right.
I wanna live my process. I don't wanna everything just because I'm Bad Bunny and I'm this music star. No, I wanna earn every thing on the acting world.
This movie feels like a good step in that direction,
I
right? You're
love
not
it.
the guy on the poster, the head, but it's like you're a
Yes.
central, important part of the
Yes.
movie, and you prove yourself there.
Yes, and that's what I'm talking about. And I feel proud about my work. I feel proud about what I did. And I feel really proud about to be on this movie. Is definitely a huge step on my career.
You should be proud, and we're not going to say, because we want people to watch the movie, all the crazy stuff that happens to Colorado. It gets weird fast, but you have to watch the movie to find out.
Yeah.
You're-
You have to watch the movie because that Colorado story is very interesting.
So you're taking a break, and we're so grateful you're here with us because you're spending your weekends on this incredible residency down in San Juan in Puerto Rico, where you're doing, I think, 30 shows.
30 shows, yeah.
All in the same arena, sold out immediately. I was looking at some of the figures about how many tickets were sold, that you're bringing like $250 million to the economy of Puerto Rico. What a special thing for you as a son of Puerto Rico to get to feel that love and to show the love with that show.
This is so far my best experience in music, maybe in life. Is something that I never seen before. I've been doing this for the last 10 years. I had so many great shows around the world, even in Puerto Rico before. But what is happening right now in San Juan, in that arena, is something magical. I swear, it's something that I never felt before. There's a feeling that I can't even explain. It's like everyone loves each other. Everyone is like a big family, just having fun, singing, dancing, crying. I'm very grateful. I'm very happy, agradecido no solo con todos los boricua, sino with everyone that is coming to the island around the world. It's such a pleasure to show my culture, my country, my land. Right there in my house, like be with my family every night, sleep at home every night.
That's nice too.
That's beautiful. I don't have to take planes.
Now we see your favorite part of it.
Yeah, that's my favorite part, definitely. And of course, when we were working on it, we knew that was going to be great, but it's even greater. It's bigger than we thought.
And you have put the eyes of the world onto Puerto Rico to show all the beauty of Puerto Rico, but also to talk about some of its challenges. What do you want to say in this show and beyond about Puerto Rico? What should the world know? What's the story you're telling with that show?
When people go to the show, it's a unique show because there's everything on it. You can learn, you can dance, you can express your feelings, you can, as I say, there's people dancing, singing, crying, hugging each other. We show the best of Puerto Rico and also the toughest or delicate things about Puerto Rico also. And I think that's the beautiful of this show, that is a very powerful and honest. I think is honest is the word for this show, and you can feel it since the beginning to the end.
Talk about all the people coming from around the world to the show. That includes one John Hamm. Have you seen the videos?
No, I didn't see the video. I saw him there on the casita, papi. He was lit. He had fun. I'm happy that he went and he had fun.
It's impossible not to have fun at that show.
It's
I
impossible.
think.
It's impossible.
And it must be an amazing feeling as a guy who obviously was born and raised, 30 miles west of San Juan, to be the one who gets to tell the story of the island. So I'm curious, going back to your early days, I know you sang in your church. You were a fan of all different kinds of music, listening to your mom's CDs, from like the Bee Gees to Tupac and everything in between. What were your big musical influences as you were growing up? Who did you love to listen to?
There's a lot. I always say, like, it's really hard to mention just one name because, as you just said, I grew up listening to a lot of like salsa, my dad, loved to. He always was listening to salsa music, you know, Héctor Lavoe, Frankie Ruiz, Mael Rivera, Rubén Blades, el Gran Combo, la Sonora Ponceña, Roberto Roena. There's a lot of really great artists, and that's just a couple ones, because there's so many that I grew up listening to, and my mom used to listen a lot of merengue, that's from Dominican Republic, and balada de muchos artistas, incluso de México, como Juan Gabriel. En casa se escuchaba mucho Juan Gabriel. And then, of course, I born on 1994, so I'm a Y2K boy.
Yeah.
So I grew up listening to reggaeton. So of course I have to mention Teo Calderón, Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, Wisin y Yandel, Vico C. So
It's a lot. And it's all different genres,
yeah,
right?
because I born in this island that there's so much artists and musical culture that is like impossible. There's a lot of influence, not just on my blood, like in my mind, in my soul.
And you can hear it in your music, all these different
Yes.
bits of music you grew up with. So at what point, Benito, did you decide you wanted a life in music? It's one thing to be a fan of music and to listen like most of us are, but when did you decide, I'm going to be a professional musician, I'm going to become an artist?
Well, I think I took that decision when I was 7.
7? Wow.
Well, I was thinking on that the other day, because I remember I told this story before. The first album that I got was Vico C. That's like a OG legend rapper of Puerto Rico, and that was the first time that I listened to rap music and urban music, and I liked it. Then I think the first time that I listened to Tego Calderon, that's another OG legend from Puerto Rico, I think it is when I said, I don't know, someday when I'm big, I wanna be, you know, when I grew up, I wanna be like this. I wanna sing. I wanna be a rapper. I wanna be a artist. And since 12, I started to make beats, write songs. I'm practicing every day of my life. And I think when I turned 20, I think it when I said I should start to, you know, to take it serious. If I wanna make it, you know, if I wanna make it, I need to start to work on it and put my music on social media, on the internet, to show to the people. And that's what I did. I started to work when I was 20, and then my life changed when I turned 22.
22 years old.
22, yeah.
I mean, and it just exploded from there, right?
Yeah.
You went from you're working at that supermarket,
Yeah.
which probably doesn't feel that long ago to you,
Yeah.
to all of a sudden you're a household name. Everyone in the world knows who you are.
It's crazy.
How have you adjusted to that?
It's been a long journey. It was. I'm still learning a lot. I'm still working on it, but at the very beginning, it was hard. And I could say it wasn't that hard because I was very focused on my theme. But then is when you realize that everything changed and you say, oh shit, how I'm here now. So that's the part that you need to be tough. And I'm very grateful about what I learned at home with my parents. And I'm very grateful about the people that is around me, my friends, my family, my team. They've been very, very important to me and special to survive and learn and grew up on this world and accept the reality of my life. And I think I could say that right now I feel great. I'm very happy about what I have done so far, and I have a lot of goals and more dreams to make. That's for sure.
Given where you came from, when you walk out on that stage this weekend in San Juan and there's another sold out crowd and you're viewed in many ways as the face of Puerto Rico, do you ever stop and think about the little boy who was just going through his mom's CDs, dreaming of being a musician? Do you have that moment?
Yeah, sometimes we talk about it, especially with my mom. I think that's the beautiful thing. Like, enjoy what I'm doing now, but never forget where that dream start, and keep dreaming, never stop. Sound like a very cliche phrase, but it's that's what it life about have dreams, even when you can't make it. At least try it, and put your energy on something that you really want to, and give your best. That's what life is about to me.
So when you think about that future, you just said there's more you want to do, and you have a lot of roads still ahead of you in your career.
For
The
sure.
acting is one thing. You did some wrestling, which is great.
Yes.
What else do you see out there? More in movies, more in different areas?
For sure, I would love to do more acting and movies, but there's a lot of there's another things that I would love to do. I never mention any of those things because I prefer to show up. So
We'll know when it happens.
yeah, but yeah, for sure, I'm still young. I have a lot of I hope I have a lot of time to do all that things.
And the last thing before I let you go, for people who don't know the story behind the name Bad Bunny, that was a childhood bunny costume, right?
That was a picture of me when I was a kid. I was wearing a bunny costume, and it's funny because I always say that I was mad that day on that picture, and I think that the picture that I always talk about it, I don't know where it is, because I've been posting another ones from that day, but there's one that I'm smiling. There's another one that I was mad. That one, it was the purpose of my name, and then figuring out, with my friends, like Bad Bunny, like, I think is different. How there's no Bad Bunnies. I think even a Bad Bunny is gonna look like a good bunny. So I don't know. It fit perfect on me because I could be bad, I could be good. So yeah.
It's a big decision, but you don't realize it when you're young that you're going to become one of the most famous people in the world, and that's going to be your name forever, right?
Insane. I never thought that, but yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking some time with us. Congratulations
thank you,
on Caught
gracias.
Stealing, which is amazing, and thank you as someone who's been going to Puerto Rico for 35 years for all you do and the attention you bring to it. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.